Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. Here we like to do things budget friendly, and if you are like me and have champagne taste but on a beer budget, these videos are for you. I am finally back from my vacation and I have a little bit of Temu and a couple of pieces from Jeulia jewelry to show you today, and I cannot wait to show you what I have because yes, one of them is a wig that I told you I was on the hunt for, and that is a braided wig. And of course, it's Temu, and it was an epic failure. But let's get into it, shall we? So first things first, I have some Jeulia jewelry to show you guys today, and I can't wait to show you one of the options that I picked because they were able to personalize a necklace for me that is got pictures of my daughter in it, and I will show you it'll be the first time you've seen pictures of my daughter on camera. I tried to keep that to myself, not try to bring my child into the camera light, but I do really enjoy this necklace, and I think it's a piece that you would like and to have in your collection if you like the idea of a personalized locket. One of the nice things about Jeulia is that they offer pieces with sterling silver and moissanite. Now, if you don't know much about moissanite is very similar to cut, color, and clarity of a diamond. The hardness is a little bit lower on the scale as a diamond, but only by 1 point. Okay, so it is so much like a diamond that it's hard to tell with a diamond tester what is moissanite and what is diamond. These are great options for you if you are on a budget or if you're traveling and you don't want some of your diamond pieces to go lost, missing, or God forbid, stolen from you in some way, shape, or form. Now, when I went on my trip, I didn't even want my nice moissanite piece taken away from me under any circumstance. So I just went jewelry free for my vacation. But if you are compelled to wear nice pieces as you are out on a vacation, moissanite is the perfect solution. You get the best of both worlds. It's so hard to tell the difference between a moissanite and a diamond. It's even diamond testers, like I said, they will test as a diamond, and they are beautiful, beautiful, even better than your best cubic zirconium out there. And I love Jeulia pieces. I have a handful of them in my collection. So let me show you what came to my door. It was packaged in 2 separate boxes because I do have 4 pieces in here to share with you. And they always provide you some sort of gift bag. So if you wanted to give this as a gift for a friend, a family member, a loved one, you can definitely do that. They also added in this beautiful little charm that if you wanted to put this on a charm bracelet or a necklace of any kind, you can absolutely do that. So this is a beautiful little addition. I have not seen this on a jewelry bag before that came from Jeulia. So this must be new, and it's absolutely the perfect touch. Now inside the bag, again, if you wanted to give this as a gift, they do give you a little gift card with some lines in the back that you can write a personalized message if you chose to. Inside there is also a silver polishing cloth made from high quality cotton and impregnated with silver cleaner and anti-tarnishing agents. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And that looks like one of these guys. Okay, now the pieces, they actually let me choose a handful of them, which I'm absolutely in love with. I want to show you the necklace first. I loved this idea, and I thought this would be a great way to showcase to you one of the options that Jeulia offers, and that is of course personalization. And this necklace, I have to show it to you. Okay, they all come in these beautiful little jewelry boxes. Each item is individually wrapped so that they don't come tarnished, they don't come full of handprints, fingerprints, you name it. And then you can take it out and beautifully display it in the box if you were to give it as a gift. Now, I haven't opened this up, so this is gonna be like my first time seeing it with you. Now, some of these pieces do come automatically with cubic zirconium, but you can upgrade them to the moissanite like I was saying. So here's the piece, and it's a little camera. How adorable is that with that moissanite in the center? Now, if I open it up, I might need tweezers here. Oh, no, no, no. If I open it up, here is my beautiful baby child. That's Miss Aaliyah. She's wearing in this photo one of the bright red wigs that I have showed you on my channel, where my family picked out wigs for me. And then one of her graduation pictures that I took of her. So for her graduation, we went over to a place over here in Minneapolis where they have graffiti all over the place, and we used that as the backdrop. And then of course I was her personal photographer because I do enjoy taking photos. But I'm gonna put this on and I'm going to show you what it looks like. It is adjustable. It does have an adjustable portion here so you can adjust the length. But overall, it is just a very dainty little piece. So let me put that on and show it to you. And here we have it on. Isn't that just adorable? The chain is very dainty, and again, it's made with sterling silver. So this is something that I could wear all of the time and not break out in a rash. And I just love the idea of it having pictures of my daughter inside. Now, I don't think, because they are photos, that it would be a good idea to shower in something like this. You'd probably, just for safety's sake, so the photos don't get damaged inside, take them off before showering, bathing, swimming, you name it. But let's talk about the next piece. The next piece is this beautiful little bracelet that I think is maybe even going to work pretty good for this little charm piece here. So it's a very dainty little bracelet that has a bunch of little hearts, and again, those moissanite pieces. But it's a very simple bracelet. And I love that. I like to have a very simple, very simply stated piece as far as a bracelet goes. And this one I think is going to be a very stunning, just a little addition. Nothing too big, nothing too fancy. It's kind of a cross between a charm bracelet or a tennis bracelet, but in a more casual fashion. So something like this, I could definitely wear all of the time. And something like this, being that it is the sterling silver, I will not receive a rash from it. Also, I would not have to take this one off in order to shower or bathe. So I absolutely love that about this. And again, I think if I wanted to, I could maybe put this charm on it, although I almost want to say that the charm would be a little big for the bracelet. Might be a little big for the bracelet. And because I am home alone, there's no way I'm going to be able to get this on my wrist without assistance, especially with my nails. But I love that. I think that is just absolutely beautiful. The hearts even have, let's see, a little bit of detail on the ends here, and that is on all of the hearts. If you can kind of see the itsy bitsy little stone details on the sides of the hearts there. So another really beautiful, beautiful piece. Simple, sometimes less is more, and I really do enjoy that. I also did pick up a couple rings, and I love my Jeulia rings. I just love that they, again, look so real, like diamonds. And again, some of them do come with cubic zirconium, and then you can update them to a moissanite. And then some of them just have moissanite in them. So this first one is a US size 7. And this is a 3-piece ring set. So a past, present, future. This one is going to be a little more, a little something, something, a little bit more substantial. But these are the 3 pieces. Okay. I think that is stunning. You can wear these stacked together. You can wear them individually. It all depends on how you want to wear them. Now, I selected a size 7 because I think, ooh, maybe not. That's awful tight. And then this one is pretty comfortable on this finger. But I also know some people that wear size 7, and I love that. I love the stackability. Again, you could wear it on its own. You could wear them stacked together. You could separate them if you want to have some rings on one finger, or 7 fits snugly on that finger. So if you wanted to stack them on different fingers, you could stack them on different fingers. You could split them up however you want, really. So it's a 3-for-1. I love that. It's a 3-for-1. Past, present, and future. I do love my Jeulia rings that I already have, but I have one more to show you. Now this is a 2-piece set, but I picked this one up because I wanted to show you some of the details. So this one kind of has, on this bottom piece here, it has a spiral throughout where the diamonds or the moissanite kind of wraps around it in a spiral fashion. And then this ring has some detail on the inside of the ring on both sides, in addition to the beautiful detail on the outside there. So if you like your jewelry to be a little bit more simply stated, this one is a beautiful little piece. And again, I chose a size 7. My ring finger on this hand is a 5.5, and my fingers are all different sizes. But I do also know people that do wear a size 7, so these might be a giftable for a holiday upcoming, perhaps. But these are just beautiful little pieces that are perfect for gifts, vacation, travel, just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I am going to package these up so they don't become cat toys, because in my house, that's what happens. And let's go ahead and get into today's Temu. Why don't we start off strong with this braided wig? Pros and cons to this one. Everything about this really does remind me of the quality that I have seen in my wig shops. The braid is perfect. The all of the stuff about it is lots better, lots better than one of the braided wigs that I have showed you. They actually have the lace going down the center of it so that it looks very natural. The coloring is okay. The coloring is okay. It's very ashy toned and then kind of goes down into this more goldeny blonde. The braids are very long, and I figured what I could do with these is just trim the braids down to a length that I prefer. The problem with this, and this is a big problem, guys, is I don't know whose head this could possibly fit. This is so small that I can only get it about midway down my head. I can't pull it down. This would have to be for a very small head, smaller than petite, or maybe even a child. It's so small, you guys, and I'm really sad because I think I really would have enjoyed this one. It has the baby hairs to kind of help conceal some of that, the lace and the knots in the front. The lace is pretty decent on it. It's very substantial. There's quite a bit of heft to it. The braids are tight enough so that it doesn't look like it's gonna fray or come apart anytime soon. It has the baby hairs in the back. It also has lace in the back here so that it doesn't have that stark ending to it with a very visible weft or anything like that. This wig is actually very well made as far as it being from Temu and some of the braided ones that I have ordered, received, and showed you guys. But it won't fit my head. It won't fit my head. I don't even think it would fit my head if I shaved my hair clean off. I most certainly can't fit my hair up underneath it. I tried tightening the braids, moving the braids up of my natural hair because I do 2 braided pigtails when I put in a wig. I crisscross them in the back and pin them. I wear a wig cap. I also wear wig grip. So then I thought maybe to negate some of that extra space that was being taken up, I would not use a wig grip. So I didn't use a wig grip. Still could not get it on my head. Now, I would love to play with this. I would love to try to make this work, but I can't. I can't. It does have the adjustable straps. It has 2 combs in the nape. It has 2 combs on the side. So if you had a very small head, this one potentially would fit you, but you would have to be on a small size, petite size head. Which is really sad, I really would have loved to have played with this one, and I just don't think, no matter what I can do, I can make this one work. Sadly. So bummed about this one. And again, I'm trying to avoid buying any Temu wigs, but you guys, I feel compelled because I see the pictures and I go, oh, that's gonna be a beautiful one. And then it's not. For one reason or another, it's not. Now, I have one more to show you. one more Temu wig, and that's like the end of my Temu wig journey. I think I will have to be done with Temu wigs for a while. Unfortunately, it was fun while it lasted, but I just can't find the quality. So let me show you the next one. Now this one has potential. It definitely has potential. I was on the hunt for something that's got kind of this peppered in highlight situation. The unfortunate part about it is that it's just so glossy. It's so glossy. So you see how this is a wig shop wig. This one is a little bit more texturized, and this is just very shiny. It's too shiny. Now, mind you, a lot of my Temu wigs are shiny like this, but that was before I really kind of knew what I was looking for. The density of this is great. The layers of this looks great, because the other thing that I'm looking for is kind of this layered wolf cut with some of these wispy bangs with the lace in the front. Okay, so I do love that. But like I said, the unfortunate part is that it's just so glossy. Now, I have my wigs from a local wig shop that I really love, and they do have more texture to them. They're less shiny. Typically, they fit my head a little bit better. Typically, the knots are going to be a little bit better. This one is pretty decent as far as knots and lace and all of that goes, if you can kind of see that. But it still, to me, isn't saying I want to cut the lace and play with this one. Not so much. So this one might go back. I will have to decide a little bit later on. That and the middle part is just so, it is very middle parted. And it is a fixed center part. So it's like overplucked. It's an overplucked center part. So I just don't think I really want to play with this one. It's not screaming, I need to play with this one. Now, somebody had made the comment that my problem is that I'm buying wigs for Black people. And I don't like that comment. I don't. And here's why. Is because I don't see color in that way. All right. Just because I go to a store that all of the photos and the images on all the wigs that I buy are Black women wearing these wigs, doesn't mean that that's who they're targeted for. Okay. I don't agree with that comment. I think that if you're gonna look through a colored lens in that way, that it really limits you to possibilities. And I don't like that. I don't do that. That's not what I do. When I go to my wig shops, I like to just try anything and everything on. And that's when I noticed that I do like to have the wigs feel a little bit more texturized. They're less glossy. The lace is a little bit more blended into my skin, where I don't really feel like I have to add bronzers. I like all the little baby hairs in a lot of the ones that I got. And there's so much about them that I prefer to see in a wig. Those and my Chelsea Smith wigs are hands down my favorite wigs. And again, when you start putting limits on yourself as to, well, that wig is only for Black women, well, then you just took away some of the biggest options you have out there, because even on Temu, that's who they're primarily marketed towards. And if you were to search wigs for white women, you don't get much. You don't get many options, but that is primarily what I am finding when you search wigs for white women, is this over glossy, just not what I prefer. And I'm so used to my steaks now that my McDonald's cheeseburgers just isn't cutting it to me. So if I was to say, you know, steak versus McDonald's cheeseburger is no longer satiating my hunger. So I will no longer be shopping for Temu wigs, but I will always bring you more wigs that I wear. I will tell you where they're from. And this one is a sensational wig that I did pick up from a local wig shop near me. And I did do a video with this wig in particular in collaboration with a handful of other wigs that I bought from the same store, and I will add that into the end of this video where you can just click on the link and you can see what those wigs were, and you can get more of the features from this wig and where to find it. Now, I came back from my vacation and I noticed that my fingernails grew a ton while I was away, a ton. And I think it has everything to do with the amount of sun we were getting, because I know that sun is good for skin, hair, nails, as far as regeneration and growth and all of that stuff. So when I came home, I wanted to do my nails and give myself another manicure, and I did purchase these buffing blocks. Now this is a 10 piece white, and only for a couple of bucks. Now they're not extremely sturdy, but it was certainly enough for me to do a manicure for all 10 nails. What I do is the gel builder, and then I do polish, clear coat, all of that stuff. And when I do the gel builder, I use my Dremel tool to kind of file it down, give me a nice smooth appearance. I will go in around my nail bed to get a nice polished, smooth edge, and then go in with a little buffing block, and that just kind of helps polish it up even more to give it the smoothest smooth appearance as possible. And then of course I used the magnetic tiger's eye, is what we used to call it back in the day. Cat eye, I think is what they call it now. Polish without a base coat and just the green one. And this is what I had come up with. And I had to, I mean, my nails were, they were long, and I had to file them down quite a bit, and I still have that much left. They grew a lot, and I certainly wanted to get to testing these so that I can tell you all about them, let you know, is it worth it, is it not worth it. It lasted enough, like I said, to do all 10 nails for one manicure, and then that's kind of basically it. They do kind of shred a little bit easy. I've had better buffing blocks, but for the price, not too terrible. So moving on to some more pieces. One of the things that I used religiously on my vacation are these oil blotting strips. Now, in Mexico, okay, the weather wasn't that drastically different than here, outside of one caveat, right? You are closer to the equator. Therefore, the sun is hot, 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 hot. Okay, it just, I don't even know how they could say that the temperature was 96 degrees. It felt like 120, I swear to you. And I was sweating buckets. But when we were out and about in Mexico City, that's a different story. So it wasn't as hot, but it was also still humid. And when I was wearing makeup, my face was, it was just blah, melting off. And I did pick up this while I was over in Mexico because I was getting towards the end of my stash that I had in my purse. Now, this is portable oil absorbing sheets, okay? There's 100 in this pack, And then there's a refillable, which is another 100. So there's 200 in total. This is a mirror, and then this, you take this little doohickey mabobber off. Oh my. It looks like they're individual sheets, like sticky tabs, like sticky notepads. How does that work? I don't even know how that is supposed to work. But the premise is, I wouldn't be able to do this in public, that's for sure. I need special tweezers for this. There's this on the back, and the premise is you're supposed to be able to take this, plop it in there, and grab one wipe, and then, am I going to be even oily? I wonder. I'm actually not that oily right now, shockingly enough. Usually I am by now. But anyways, I just think that was a kind of a cool concept, because the ones that I was using, I just had to pick up and blot all over my face, and I just thought the cute little additional puff would be kind of cool. So now I gotta wait till my face gets oily enough to utilize it and see if it actually does anything. When we went to Mexico, I had a lot of work done to my face. I don't know if you can tell. Maybe you can. I'm pretty sure my mom can tell. I had collagen injected into my skin. I had some Botox done. I had lip fillers. And then they did like electric shock therapy, and then one of those little facials that helps to drain your lymphatic system from like here down, and all of that jazz. And my face is just kind of really ticked off at me at the moment. It's all broken out. It went through a lot of stress. And so I don't feel too oily as of yet, but I also wanted to try this. This is Keep Matte Face Powder. And this came in 3 different shades, but I tell you what, this is pretty, it's pretty orangey. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. It didn't come with a powder puff. I don't know. Kind of hard to tell, but it's pretty orangey, but I also feel, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of glossy, shimmery, shiny. I don't like that. I don't like this one. I don't like this one at all. I opened it up and I looked at the color and I thought, oh, that's kind of a bummer. Kind of a bummer. But again, I was hot and I was like oil and sweat and all of this stuff. And that primer and the setting mist that I had picked up in my previous video that I was excited to take on my trip didn't do anything. Nothing. I was an oily, globby mess pretty much the entire time I was there. For the second week, I didn't even wear makeup. Nobody knew me there. I was okay with that. I just wore sunscreen and sunglasses, threw my hair up in a bun, and called it a day. No makeup for an entire week. It was kind of weird. Kind of weird. I kind of forgot that I had ordered these. That's kind of a bummer. When I did my nails last night, I forgot that I ordered these. No, they're just little pots, and they're little pots of these iridescent colored powder that you put. I will have to put up a picture for you. I'll put up a picture of what they look like, but you would take, oh my, well then, I am a sparkly rainbow. Okay, they've got little caps on them and everything, but they're still, that's messy. Oh, happy joy. Oh, some of them aren't closed all the way. But anyway, you take a little, you know, the old school eyeshadow puffs that they used to put in all the eyeshadow packages we buy from the drugstore, and then you apply those onto, you buff it onto your fingers or your fingernails with some sort of a sticky coat, and then it creates this beautiful opalescence on your fingernails. I really was kind of excited to try these, and I should have done it with this manicure. I could potentially, there's all kinds of little colors. They're chameleon colors, so the color is going to be very subtly different in all of them. There's pinks, there's purples, there's yellows, and this is making a huge sparkle mess all over the place. Well, they're definitely going to have to be contained in this sippy pouch, but there's 12 of them anyway. 12 pieces, all different colors. And then it's pretty. I'm a pretty sparkly rainbow. I was petting unicorns. Now I need to wash my hands before I touch anything else, because this is messy. So beware on that one. All right, well, that was fun. That was a fun little mess. Now, I also, while I was on vacation, so some of these things don't come to my mind unless I'm in a place where I could really kind of use them. I like to have my hair up in a bun. Within my last video, I was explaining to you that that's just kind of my easiest go-to hair. I utilize that when I'm swimming, when it's hot outside, just to keep hair off my neck, my shoulders, my back. And of course, it's just the easiest way for me to put my hair up when I'm going swimming so that my hair doesn't get tangled and snarled. But I do have little baby hairs in the back, and so I found these. Now, I don't necessarily think that this is very good quality. It's all kind of bent up in kind of like this poopy kind of way. But you put them in the back when you have a bun, and it helps to keep those baby hairs up. I don't know about this one, guys. I think I've seen better. I don't know about this one. It's a two-piece. I probably wouldn't recommend that one. That one's not that fantastic. But speaking of buns, if you want to have a bun that's a little froofier than just your typical ballerina bun, I found this. I don't know about this one either. Kind of cute. It does seem to hide everything nicely. You can still kind of see the clip in there, maybe if you put it this way. But I saw some really cute pictures of what this looked like on. Maybe you'll have to zhuzh it just a little bit. Just a little bit. But I don't know. I thought, you know, to have a low bun, I thought it would be kind of cute. It's not horrible. I have seen worse. I have definitely seen worse. But it's just a little piece that you add into your hair. You could probably have your hair kind of stick out a little bit. You know, like that. I don't know, I'll wear it for a video. I think I can most definitely get it to work for me. This one is actually, I don't know, it's actually not all that bad even as far as it being secured. And then it has kind of this ribbon so that it helps to keep that shape of the bow. So I don't think it's that bad actually. I think it'll be cute. I think it will be cute. All right. How about something utterly and totally inappropriate for my channel? Let me open this up and show you what it is. So it's a thing that holds a thing. It's a ring with little bumblebees on it that holds a thing. You know, one of those things. Don't come for me. Don't tell me to quit. I know I need to. Okay? But it was too cute. I couldn't pass it up. It was just something that was like, I don't need it. It was only a couple of bucks. And it's so fancy. But at least then your fingers don't get yellow here. Yeah, I know, it's totally inappropriate. It is, I know. But hey, if you're a smoker and you don't want yellow fingers, there you go. All right, next. Here's something that's goofy. This goes on the visor in your car. It's a sticker. It says, warning, vehicle rules. Just get in, shut up, and hold on. Failure to follow these rules will result in you walking home. No quoting traffic laws. Don't tell me how to drive. No screaming or crying. No touching the radio. No, you can't drive. No adjusting the AC. Don't touch any buttons. Always agree with the driver. I just thought this would be cute. So this would be something that's probably gonna fit best over a mirror lid in your visor. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of cute. This will be fun for my daughter. Another thing for my daughter for her vehicle is it gets really cold here in Minnesota. You know, it gets negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit in the winters sometimes, and sometimes when you get into the car, everything is cold. And one of the things that's really uncomfortable is to hold a steering wheel or play with a shifter, gear shifter, when it's that cold out and you don't have gloves on. So I just thought, what better than to have a sweater for your gear shift? There was a couple of different colors. There's a lot of different types of these. They're all over the place. I just thought this one would probably best fit my daughter's kind of aesthetics, but it's a little hoodie. It even has little pockets that you can stick the little arms in. Ta-da! And a drawstring, functioning drawstring. Come on. I've been finding just some of the cutest little car things on Temu but not for me, not for my car. Her car is bright red, and she has kind of some fun decor in there to kind of coincide with her red car. But let me show you this next piece that's gonna work for one of her Labubus that I thought she could utilize, because Labubus are expensive. We've discussed this on one of my last videos. Labubus are expensive, but they're also keychains. But she has one on her keychain. You can also put it on your backpack, on your purse, on what have you. But if you get it dirty, they're expensive. So I found a little raincoat for her Labubu. And it's got the opening in the back so that you could put the keychain through there. It's got the little visor on here. It says good lichen, good lichen, LYCN, whatever that means. It's little Velcro, kind of cute. And these little kind of bejewels down at the end that probably are supposed to simulate like raindrops or something. But then that way she can keep her Labubu clean. You guys, if you have Labubus and you want to keep your Labubus clean, just get them some little raincoats. There's all kinds of different outfits that you can buy for your Labubus on Temu, by the way. All kinds. And when I was in Mexico, I did buy her a Lafrufru, which is the fake Labubu, and it's white and it's got dragon wings and like a dragon tail with silver embellishments on it. So she has a real fake Mexican Lafrufru now to add to her collection. But something like this isn't going to fit that one because the wings aren't going to fit through it. So it would have to be one of those very basic ones that are either standing or sitting and not doing anything special or fantastic. So keep that in mind when you're on the hunt for outfits for your Labubu. All right, some random dirt cheap little cat toys. Some assembly required, okay? It comes like this. You get the little suction cup, and you have to put this inside your suction cup. I don't know how well these are gonna last because my cat likes to take these things in her mouth and kind of walk away with them. So they're not very strongly anchored in there. You can maybe put some hot glue in there. I don't know how well it's gonna stick to anything. Oh, actually not that bad. Yeah, not gonna stick well for where I wanted it. Well, shucks. Maybe I'll put it on the window where she likes to sit. It's a 2-pack. They were very inexpensive. I was trying to utilize all of my Temu credits in one order, and I'm pretty good about doing that, basically down to like the last 10 cents or so, where I don't have to pay anything extra and everything is free with my Temu credits. All right, a couple more pieces to show you. This is the last cosmetics item, and I forgot again that I had this one. Otherwise, I would have tried this one out today just to kind of let you know how it worked out. But remember in my last video, I was talking about some of the new cosmetics things that were on the market, one of them being that NYX eyebrow glue, and how I just didn't like the applicator on it because it was just like plastic with the little nubbies on it. I brought it to Mexico because it's the only thing that I had. I don't like it, you guys. So this one is an eyebrow gel, but it also has that same kind of nubby thing. But it's, let me grab the NYX one and I'll show you the difference. Maybe then I can kind of show you the difference between the nubbies as to why I think this one might be better. Although I don't know about the formula. Formula might not be as sticky as the NYX one. So let me show you the other one and we can kind of compare and contrast the little nubbies a little bit here. So you'll have to forgive the one that is from NYX. It's kind of glooby globby. But these little nubbies are kind of the same, but kind of different. The nubbies on the NYX, I feel are more, let me see what, this could end up in epic failure. I'm probably gonna get tissue paper all over in here. So the little nubbies on here, they are flexible, but these seem more flexible. They feel like they're, so they are longer, more brush-like. I feel like that might be more of the ticket. As far as gadgets go, this is a new applicator for me for eyebrow things, and I don't quite care for it, but I thought I would try this one out and see if it's any better, if it holds up the same. This stuff from NYX, this one is expensive. This is like 12 bucks. This one was, I think, under $5. And of course, I won't be able to tell you how much is in each package. This doesn't, okay, so this is 0.23 fluid ounces. That's the NYX stuff. This one, I would have to actually look to see how many fluid ounces are in it. I don't know. It's gimmicky, but if it works as far as the holding strength of that NYX stuff, it is like glue. Your eyebrows don't go anywhere. I did wear a wig with bangs, and a lot of times my eyebrows will get all muckered up by just even hair brushing across it. So this NYX stuff does hold it in place. So it does work that way. I just don't like the application tool. Next thing that I needed was needles. You know, needles in my house are another one of those things that just kind of gets up and walks away on their own. Don't know where they go. Who knows? Thankfully not in my feet, but these are, they're a little bit longer than I anticipated, but there are some short ones in there. There are some long ones in there. But what's nice about these is where you feed the thread through are pretty nice sized eyelet holes. You can't argue with that. So it also came with one of these. I don't ever use them, but the little container that they come in, perfect. Absolutely love that. Hopefully they don't go missing. But now I have needles. Last fun piece. Okay, so you guys know in one of my last videos that I picked up kind of noodle spoons. They were little squids. Well, my partner wasn't overly thrilled about them. He didn't think they were as fun as I was hoping he would think they would be. So I decided, well, poo on you, I'm gonna try again. So I found these. He said they didn't pick up the noodles the way he liked his noodles to be picked up. So I found these chopsticks. Be like, well, if these don't pick up your noodles the way you want your noodles to be picked up, then I don't know what will. These would be really good for rice. I don't know. I don't know. They seem kind of weird. I am not a chopstick aficionado. But it's a 3-pack anyway. It's a 3-pack. Maybe he'll appreciate these more, so the next time he makes noodles, I'm just gonna flop them in his bowl and see what he thinks. I keep trying to find these fun little things that kind of make him smile, and sometimes he's just like, what is this? And I was like, well, it takes away all the fun. But I don't know. It can be fun. If it worked, I don't know. I don't know how you'd be able to keep it straight. I hate chopsticks. I hate them. I can only eat sushi with chopsticks. Everything else I need a fork and a spoon for. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's just me. I'm a spoon and a fork gal, or fingers. Although fingers is like crackers, chicken wings, pizza, stuff like that. I wouldn't actually go out and eat sushi with my fingers. I wouldn't do that. You can dress me up and take me places. I just don't always prefer to. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you for sticking it out with me. Great big thank you to Jeulia for partnering with me in a portion of today's video. Hopefully you had fun in some of these funky little finds. Hopefully you enjoyed the jewelry. Let me know what was your favorite piece. Comment down below. If you are new, I would love it if you considered subscribing. Also, don't forget to like and share this video. That helps me out a lot and I would super duper appreciate it. But until next time, guys, I will see you later. Bye, guys.